Hey folks, welcome back to Podium Archer's YouTube channel. I'm Josh, or some call me MFJJ. This is the new bowtech solution. We're going to check this bad mamma jam out today, get you a little bit of first thoughts, physical reviews, true dimensions, and maybe a chronograph shot or two to give you a velocity. Maybe even put it in comfort and performance to see what kind of velocity difference you really get. So, if you're interested in this bow, let's go check it out. Bow review number 5, I think 5. Yeah, this is the bowtech Solution 2021. We've had these in for a little bit. I've been swamped here at the shop, so it took us a little longer to get to this one as we had originally hoped. But here we are with it here. Initial looks real clean. I've been shooting bowtech for a while, so I do really appreciate their aesthetic. A lot of the same features that the previous models had. Has the deadlock tuning system, which is super dope. It's hard to beat. Has comfort and performance on module options, and we are set on comfort for this test. Manufacturer states that this bow has a 6-inch brace height, so let's check that. Boy, that's exactly 6, if not a little long of 6. So it's 6 and a 16th. Yeah, 6 and a 16th, 6 and an 8th. Yeah, so it's a little higher than 6 on this particular one. Axle to axle on this one's a little tricky to hold because there's not a piece sticking out. So I will try to thumb it best I can. And we are nut on 32 because I'm on the far side of that other axle. So it's exactly 32, and they say their ATA is 32. This bow has a 25 to 30 inch draw length adjustable range built into the pivoting module here in 1/2 inch increments. It's really easy to adjust. Doesn't necessarily need a bow press to adjust it. Comes in peak weights of 50 pounds, 60 pounds, or 70 pounds, which means 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. Whenever a manufacturer mentions a peak weight, that's what they mean. Drop down 10. Mass weight of 4.3 is what they're stating it as. Now, we do have a rest on here, so we're probably going to have to take off 2 to 3 tenths for that. But let's weigh it with our little scaleo here. See what we come up with. So we're getting about 4.74. You got that? So we're close to a 1/2 pound heavier than what it says, but I figure at least a quarter of that is the arrow rest, maybe a tiny bit more. Take that off. And I'm sure they're probably weighing it without this rubber guy on there and without the orbital dampeners on there, which add some weight. And the IBO says it's 346 feet per second. That is a setting in performance. We do have this bow set in comfort, so we're going to go ahead and do both for you so you get a fair analysis of what we're doing. In all of our tests, we are setting these as IBO, which means 30 inches, 5 grains of arrow weight per 1 pound of bow weight. So for us, that's going to be 70 pounds and 350 grains. And we've got a scale over here where you can weigh our arrow so you can see what it is. And then we will cut away and change over to the chronograph here and give us some different angles so you can actually see us while we shoot it through the chronograph, so we're not just telling you, you can see it. So let's go to the scale here. So this is our last chance grain scale. You're probably all really familiar. See if I can find a nice little balance point. 350.02. Can't get a lot closer than that for you guys. This is a RIP Extreme Velocity 300 with a 120 grain glue-in point, if I remember correct, and a lighted knock, and it weighs out right at 350 grains. So it's a little bit of a stiff arrow, but some of these bows really like a stiff arrow, so we went ahead and got the stiffest thing we could at the lightest weight. So we'll set up the chronograph here for you and have you shoot a little. Alright guys, I have to apologize. I forgot we need to shoot it a few times before we put it through the chrono. It's early, bear with me, it's been a long week. So here's my first shots through this bow. See how they feel, and I'll just give you my personal feedback every time I draw and fire. It's a good cycle. I mean, there's no hump that I could feel at my length. Holds well, it's firm, it's not moving. Very little felt vibration in the shot. There's a little. I imagine a stabilizer would probably pull it out, but it's real minimal. Let's go with number 2 here. Yeah, that cycle's clean all the way through. There's no hump anywhere. It's just the full length of the cycle. It's not hard. It's comfortable. I don't feel anything aggressive in it. Yeah, still a little tiny bit of vibration. It dissipates really quickly, so it's not an elongated reverb like some of them. I can't call it perfectly dead because I still feel a little vibration, but it's very, very minimal. Let's get one more, and then we'll use our Crony and test that. And the cycle on that thing's really nice. Yeah, that's very clean. Alright, so here's our Crony. Once again, 30 inches, 70 pounds, 350 grain arrow, comfort setting. God, I'm gonna hit that. .328. .329. .327. So I'd say 329 average on that. Now, boys and girls, we're going to go ahead and change this from comfort to performance, so you can also get the highest velocity setting out of this bow. Right now it's 19 slow. I imagine we're probably going to shave 7 to 10 off of that. So hang on one second, we'll do that. Got that. Okay, so that's a significantly bigger hump now. Just so you know, on cycle, if you change that to performance, you're going to notice that you did it. There's a high point right before the breakover that you will feel and notice. 339. So that was 10 feet faster off our average. I'll shoot 2 more and just confirm it. Hit that. .338. Yeah, it's a pretty significant difference at 30 inches. I've done this at shorter draw lengths, and it's not nearly as significant of a hump, but at 30 you can tell you changed it pretty significantly. .337. Alright, so we're going to have to say probably an average of 338. But the bow said it was 346, and it's rated out at 338. That's within 8 feet per second. That's no tweaking, no special sauce, no nada. So that's really pretty good in today's day and age, where it seems like most of the ones that we're finding are a good 15 to 20 feet a second slow of what they say. In some instances worse. And that currently is the fastest bow that we've shot, I believe. We still got the Matthews V331 coming up next to check. But that is the fastest velocity we've gotten out of any of the bows that we've tested so far. Now granted, I'm sure there's probably some bows out there we haven't tested that people want to know. And if we have access to those bows and people want to know what they shoot in this scenario, we're happy to do it. Just, send us a message, ask us what you're looking for. But all in all, this is a pretty darn good bow. The tunability of this bow exceeds everyone else's bow. That's the one thing they've really got going for them that nobody can seem to touch, is how simply easy this bow is to tune. And we'll give you a video about how to tune and wheel lean tune a bowtech and how simple it is here coming up shortly in one of our little tech tip videos that will be following a lot of these bow tune videos and bow setup videos. Head over to podiumarcher.com for all your archery needs. Anything we're allowed to ship and sell, we ship and sell. We ship every day. We have pickups 5 days a week, so nothing goes out on the weekends, and we may not be able to answer your questions on the weekends, but get back to us as soon as you can. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and check out the next one coming up. Hopefully we'll get it on a regular schedule for you guys and give you 2 or 3 a week. Thanks for checking us out.